Hey guys, it's Edison from Lightbulb So it's warm out, and a lot of nights you're going to be out there on your patio or at a restaurant and you're going to be eating outside. You're going to need some light. A nice mood lighting that is available in the lighting industry is a rope light. And a rope light is just a rope with a bunch of sockets in it, and there's a ton of different bulbs that can fit in there. Today I'm going to be showing you which bulb is the correct bulb to use in your rope lighting for a nice aesthetic scene. Stay tuned. Alright, the first bulb I would like to talk to you guys about is a bug light. Now, there's a difference between a bug light and a bug zapper. A bug zapper is that blue ultraviolet light that you see sometimes in restaurants, in the kitchen, and sometimes outside at a campsite. And it's the light that once the bugs hit it, you hear them sizzle and zap. So now those attract the bugs and then they kill them. Now, what I would recommend for a string light is definitely not a bug zapper, because you don't want to be attracting bugs on your patio and then zapping them and killing them. I just don't think that's very practical. Now, what's out there in the market are these. These are bug lights, and I have two of them here from, both of them are from Satco. They're 40-watt yellow ceramic bug lights, and what they are just a yellow light bulb. And this emits, as you can see of the color of it, it emits a yellow light. Now, this yellow light is a light that's not visible or less visible to most bugs, and so it'll attract less bugs than just a white light or a different color. So bugs can't see in the same wavelengths that humans can see in. They can't see the yellows and the reds and those color lights. So that's why if you use a bug light like this, it'll produce light that humans can see, that we can see, but it won't produce light that bugs can see, so it won't attract bugs. This is a really cool light if you have a problem with bugs in your area and you need to not attract as many bugs. Alright, now next I'm going to show you guys a few incandescent version light bulbs to use for your rope lighting or your string lights outside. The first one is a 11-watt S14 lamp, and this one's made from Satco. It's a S3965. Now, this is a nice little lamp or a nice little bulb that you can put into your rope lighting, and it'll give you a nice aesthetic looking light. So you can see it here. It just looks like a little light bulb. It's a S14, which is the shape. You're probably used to a normal A19 light bulb that's just like the normal looking light bulb, but this one, the S14, is just a different shaped light bulb. It's an incandescent. It's about 11 watts, and it produces, how many lumens is this? Not sure on the lumen output. Probably somewhere around 250 to 350 lumens coming out of this light bulb, especially because it's an 11 watt. Not very high wattage for an incandescent. Now, I mentioned lumen output. So, lumen output is the amount of light that a bulb emits. So, a 1,000 lumen light bulb is super bright, whereas a 50 lumen light bulb is very dim. So, for lumen output, for your string lights, if you want a nice aesthetic scenery, you're going to want somewhere between 200 and 500 lumens. That amount of lumen output will really set the mood and have a nice, dim, but still bright enough to see string lighting, as long as they're all properly placed. So this is one of them. The S14 is a good light bulb to use in your string lighting or your rope lighting. It has a medium base, so it'll fit into medium base sockets, and it'll produce a nice 200 to 300, 350 lumen output. The next bulb I have is an incandescent. It's actually a ceiling fan light bulb, but it can be used for different scenarios, like a rope lighting. And because some rope lighting has a different base, see, this one has a much smaller base. It's more of it's a intermediate base is what they call it, and it's a smaller base that can fit into a lot of rope lighting sockets that you may see out there. Because all the sockets aren't going to be the medium base socket that I showed you before. So with rope lighting, a lot of different bulbs fit into the socket, but not a lot of the bulbs are correct. So this would be a nice dim light bulb that you could put, that would be a nice aesthetic light bulb to use in your rope lighting. This one here is 420 lumens, so it's within that 200 to 500 lumen range that would produce a nice light. Okay, the next bulb I'm going to show you is an additional incandescent light bulb. It's a 40-watt antique replica. It's called an Edison replica light bulb. And here it is. You may have seen these in restaurants and such. And it's just a nice incandescent, antique-looking light bulb with tungsten filament that runs up and down around the whole thing. And when it lights up, as you can tell here, by the look of this bulb, or the bulb on this box, it's a nice, cool-looking light bulb. It doesn't produce very much light. It's probably with under 500 lumens because it's a 40-watt light bulb, but it's a nice, nostalgic light bulb. It really sets the mood well. Now, I'm going to keep this out and show you guys the LED version of this light bulb. Very cool. Now, look at this. So, right here we have the LED version. This is an LED 6.5 watt that replaces this light bulb, this antique, and it lasts so much longer. Like, this light bulb, the antique incandescent one, has a 3,000 hour life, and then the LED has a 15,000 hour life. So it has a 5 time longer life than the incandescent one. Now, I like the LED ones, and they look cool, but personally, I don't think they look as cool as the incandescent ones. This is an aspect where I would, or a scenario where I'd recommend using the incandescent light bulb over the LED, just as far as looks. If you don't care about having to change it all the time, they're really not sucking up that much wattage, so it's not going to cost you too much money to operate them, but the incandescent light bulb, I believe, looks way better and really set the mood well for your rope lighting. Especially if your string light is on a dimmer, I would definitely recommend using the incandescent over the LED. Not to say that the LED is bad, it's a very cool looking light bulb, and in a situation where you want it to light up a little more than the incandescent bulb, I would recommend using this LED. Really cool. This one has a medium base, and I'm going to show you one more with a candelabra base. So here's another one of the LEDs. The antique replica bulbs, you can see the filament inside, which actually has the LED panel on it, and it illuminates and produces a really cool light that is very sets the mood very well, especially for a patio or an outdoor restaurant for some summer nights, some nice cool but still warm enough to eat outside nights. Okay, so in addition to this LED, there's a few more bulbs to use. There's a few globes that also look very cool and aesthetic in rope lighting. Here's one of them. A 40-watt medium base. What is this? And it produces 330 lumens, so it's a nice soft light, and it's a G16.5, which means it's 16.5 of an inch across, so it's a little over 2 inches across. You see these a lot as used as vanity lights, like above mirrors. You'll see them. You'll have like maybe 3 or 4, and then have the mirror under it. But they also look really cool in rope lighting. So they have this one available, which is a Satco S3824, and then here's another similar one. This one has more of a candelabra base, but similar shape, and they look really cool in your rope lighting. So last, if you do like this light bulb, this G16.5, but you don't want to change it as often, or you don't want to, maybe you want to save some electricity, or maybe you just like the LED technology. It does come in an LED, which produces a nice white light, but for setting the mood, I think incandescent's really the bulb to use. It's a nice soft light. Now, when you want a soft light, you want at the proper Kelvin temperature. So the Kelvin temperature you're going to be looking for your string or your rope lighting is under 3,000. Maybe 2,300 to 3,000 Kelvin temperature. It would be a nice, very soft, yellowish, dim light that will really make your patio or your restaurant have a nice, warm mood and very inviting to it. There are a few bulbs I recommend for your patio for string lighting. This time of year, this is, I think we're in August now, but August, September, October, and even earlier in the year, a lot of people like to eat outside. A lot of people like to chill on their porch, and you need some nice mood lighting. If you don't want to be running candles all the time, what you can do is run the string light or the rope light, so that way it produces a nice soft light that you can run and have a nice aesthetic looking balcony or patio. Additionally, you just make sure you have the proper lumen output and the proper Kelvin temperature, and you really put some time into making setting up the rope lighting. Don't just wire it up in 2 seconds and just put it into some places. Really make it look nice, and you'll have a nice inviting patio. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. If you do have any questions, please please comment below, and if you have any other questions, see our website, lightbulbwholesaler.com, where you can purchase any of these light bulbs I showed you today, or the rope lighting, which would make your balcony or your patio or your restaurant look very nice and very warm and inviting. So yeah, if you have any questions, please comment below. See the description box for some links to these awesome light bulbs down here, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.